You can melt the hardest heart. You can warm the coldest life. You can heal the broken soul.
There is no true evangelization if the name, the teaching, the life, the promises, the kingdom, and the mystery of Jesus of Nazareth, the Son of God, are not proclaimed. So we are not evangelizing unless Jesus Christ, the name, is mentioned. And that's a very profound statement. And it really follows up also what this document says in number 27. It says, evangelization will also always contain, as the foundation, the center, and at the same time summit of its dynamism, a clear proclamation that in Jesus Christ, the Son of God made man, who died and rose from the dead, salvation is offered to all men as a gift of God's grace and mercy. So you can't escape it. We cannot escape it. It always contains, always it says. How we do it depends on circumstances, as Michelle was sharing with us this morning. But we need to be convinced that if there is something that we need to give, that is what we need to give, Jesus. But not Jesus as a fact, as a story out there, but as someone that we have experienced His touch and His presence in us. Now, again, I'm very jealous of Peter. I mean, it's holy jealousy. It's still jealousy, though. Still very jealousy. You remember, and I think Father John mentioned it, Peter made one sermon. You remember that? And boy, how many were converted? 3,000. I'm very jealous about that. I must have given more than 3,000 sermons. Hopefully, and with God's grace, I converted somebody. But I always say to myself, what was in that sermon that converted 3,000? I mean, it's useless to go and look beyond it, isn't it? I mean, it's all there. What did he say? What did he say? But you know, I discovered it's not only what did he say, but also how he said it. And basically what he said is very simple. If you go and have a look at that sermon, it's a very simple sermon. But as Michelle was saying this morning, no watering down, no putting any sugary stuff on it. He said it as it is. And this is what he said in very, very brief sentence. Jesus died for you. Jesus rose for you. Jesus is glorified for you. That's all he said. That's all he said. Jesus died for you. Jesus rose for you. Jesus is now glorified for you.
You can melt the hardest heart. You can warm the coldest life. You can heal the broken soul. Lord, I bring myself to you.